The last general census held in Nigeria in 2006 puts the population of the country at 140.43 million. The National Development Plan of 2021 to 2025 estimates Nigeria's population at 200 million persons. With 3 years to the target of 2025 and assuming population explosion, will economic and development experts make planning projections above or under the estimated population figures? Only the outcome of the general census of 2023 will tell with insight from the just concluded trial census. This is our focus today on Panorama from our Port Harcourt Network Center. I am Dibabari Sidoma Weke. Welcome. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared Senator Ademola Adeleke of the PDP as the winner of the July 16 Osun State governorship election. Timothy Yusuf reports that the election was keenly contested.
The election was contested.
Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Temitayo Ogundipe, is the returning officer of the July 16, 2022 Osun State governorship election. Senator Ademola Adeleke of the PDP polled 403,371 to defeat incumbent Governor Adegboyega Oyetola of the APC, who polled 375,027.
I declare that Adeleke, Ademola, Jackson, Nuruddin, on behalf of the chairman of INEC of PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner, and he is returned elected.
The governor-elect Ademola Adeleke, flanked by the Director General of the PDP National Campaign Council for Osun State and Governor of Bayelsa State, Doyediri, described the victory as a rebound of the party ahead of the 2023 general elections.
I'm bringing on the table integrity, steadfastness, accountability into Osun State.
There was organic support for the candidate and for the party, and it has been so proven.
Adeleke won 17 local government areas, while the candidate of the APC, Governor Oyetola, won the remaining 13 local government areas in the state. With this victory, Adeleke is expected to be sworn in on the 27th of November 2022 as the governor of Osun State. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated Senator Ademola Adeleke, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, following victory of the party in Saturday's gubernatorial election in Osun State. A statement by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, states that with the election over, the president expresses conviction that the people of Osun have expressed their will through the ballot, and the will of the people must always matter and be respected in a democracy. President Buhari notes that the successful conduct of the election is a further testimony to the maturity and commitment of all stakeholders: the electoral body, security agencies, political parties, the media, civil society, and the electorate, further strengthen the integrity of the electoral process in the country. The president reassures the nation that the commitment of this administration towards having credible election remains unshaken. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to ensure that the prevailing security concerns in parts of the country are dealt with decisively, ruthlessly, and mercilessly towards achieving sustainable peace, law, and order. This was at the palace of the Emir of Katsina, Abdul Mumini Kabir Osman, during a courtesy visit. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
President Muhammadu Buhari was at the Emir's palace in the heart of Katsina to felicitate with the monarch over the successful celebration of this year's Feast of Sacrifice. The president commended the emir for his continued support, guidance and encouragement so far, saying he does not take such for granted. His administration, he said, is not unmindful of the genuine public concerns, especially as regards to insecurity, and therefore will continue to do whatever it takes towards finding lasting solutions. The armed forces of Nigeria and other security services, he said, are under instruction to smoke out and eliminate all the bandits, terrorists, and other criminal gangs tormenting and impoverishing the nation's citizens at will. He, however, said achieving this depends largely on the ability of the people to provide credible intelligence to the law enforcement agencies on the whereabouts of all those bent on destabilizing the country. Governor Aminu Bello Masari and the Emir of Katsina, Abdul Mumin Kabir Usman, acknowledged the genuine efforts by the president to effectively secure the country and make life better for all. They, however, identified sabotage by those desirous of getting rich quick at all costs, as well as injustice on the part of those in leadership positions as factors undermining efforts at achieving the desired peace enterprise in the country, and called for a change of attitude. They appreciated the president for making the Katsina Teaching Hospital project a reality, but called for more attention to the Katsina Windmill as well as the Katsina-Kano highway projects. In the meantime, while President Buhari was still in Daura, the Emir Umar Faruk Umar authorized the inauguration of a formidable security guards responsible for securing more effectively the newly created Dumorkol district, the birthplace of the Nigerian leader. The president's nephew and Madamin Daura, Musa Haro, is the new district head, while Umar Ibrahim heads the team. President Muhammadu Buhari has since returned to Abuja after a 9-day visit to his ancestral home of Daura, the first in 12 months. Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Of doctors who performed the surgical operation on Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to treat a recurrent pain caused by a fracture on his leg have concluded the procedure and said it was successful. A statement released by the Duchess International Hospital, Lagos, and signed by Dr. Adedoyin Dosumu Ogumbi, medical director of the hospital, stated that the operation was successful and the Vice President expected to be discharged within the next few days. President Muhammadu Buhari wishes Vice President Yemi Osinbajo speedy and full recovery after the latter went through a surgical procedure Saturday to treat recurrent pain caused by a fracture in his leg. The president gives glory to God for a successful surgery and prayers for speedy and full recovery, commending the medical team at the Duchess International Hospital, Ikeja, Lagos, for their competence and a job well done. President Buhari assures Vice President Osinbajo of the prayers of Nigerians and that of his family. Population Commission has insisted that the 2023 population and housing census will not canvass questions on religion and ethnicity. A statement issued on Saturday by Dr. Isiaka Yahaya, Director of Public Affairs NPC, explained that the attention of the Commission has been drawn to a misleading WhatsApp message which claimed that the next population and housing census will canvass questions on religion. The NPC also added that the misleading message alleged that there are some parts of the questionnaire where respondents are required to take their religion. For the avoidance of doubt, the 2023 census and the ongoing trial census, like previous censuses of 1991 and 2006, have no question on religion and ethnicity, and the decision was reached after extensive consultation with stakeholders, taking into consideration the sensitive nature of these two issues in Nigeria. The NPC calls on all to disregard the fake and misleading message, which is clearly the antics of mischief makers, and urges the general public to cooperate with enumerators to ensure a successful trial census exercise in the quest to deliver to the country a credible, reliable, and acceptable census. The National Population Commission has commenced a 5-day trial census in selected local government areas of Rivers State. This is a prelude to the 2023 Housing and Population Census. Kingsley Amaji reports.
From historical records, the first census in Nigeria was conducted in 1886 in the then Lagos colony. Thereafter came similar exercise in 1871. 1881 and 1901. Since 1963, however, there have been concerns over the outcome of Nigeria's census figures. The last exercise was held in 2006, with a total population estimated at 140.37 million people. The male had 50.8% of the total population, and the female estimated at 49.2%. As Nigeria prepares for the 2023 Housing and Population Census, this trial census is a deliberate rehearsal by the authorities to evaluate
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
With me in the studio to discuss issues surrounding the trial census is Yemi Adepoju, State Coordinator for Trial Census, National Population Commission, Rivers State. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the program. So let's start. Why do we have the trial census before the main census?
The trial census is like a dress rehearsal. So we are having a dress rehearsal for the actual census that is coming up in 2023. We want to test run our gadgets, our recruitment process, our training process, and even the field work and the response of the people.
Okay. Talking about the field workers now, so how did you mobilize the personnel for this trial census? What do we expect, or do we expect a different mechanism from the main census?
Actually, what we did for the trial census concerning the recruitment is to have e-recruitment, that is electronic recruitment, because this census is a digital one, the very first one in Nigeria. So there was much publicity for people to apply, and people applied and checked all their the requirements, and from there we were able to pick the people that we are using presently on the field for the trial census.
Okay. Talking about the riverine areas, like those of us from River State here, we have the swampy areas. Are there provisions, are there adequate provisions to ensure you assess those areas to do whatever you want to do there?
Yes, we are adequately prepared for that. Like in as much as people are living there, we have to go there to count them. Like this trial census we are having now. Come this Wednesday, we'll be going to Bonny.
Okay.
To check the work they are doing now, and we have our people already working in the field. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. So the next question, what kind of mapping is the Commission making to ensure that itinerant persons mobilize and synergy are crucial?
Yes, the census is not just a thing that a single ministry can do or the Commission can do. We have many stakeholders that needs to come together, and so far we have been able to mobilize people that are needed for this synergy. Like not too long ago, the Commission had a workshop with the journalists to let them know what we want to do. And presently, the work that during the training, We have the people we call the academias. You know, they are engaged. That is the university lecturers, the professors. They are engaged in the training and even the field work that we are doing presently.
What of the national rotation agencies? Are they?
Oh yes. In fact, they are very wonderful.
Okay.
I've been to the studio of the National Orientation Agency twice during my 2 weeks of staying here, and they are doing a lot because we work hand in hand with them.
Let's go to security now. Have the security agencies been mobilized for this? You know, it's always it's something else.
Yes. No, that is the fear of many people, but I can assure that we don't have problem with any security issues so far. I mean, with the trial censors, because all the security agencies, they have been mobilized. We have had several meetings with them to make sure that we all work together to have safe and successful trial censors.
So that means they are ready to ensure that the enumerators, wherever they are sent to, they are safe and all that.
Yeah, we have our enumerators for the past, like 1 week now, we have them on the field.
Okay.
And everybody has been saved. We are not expecting any casualty, but there have been any reports of any security challenge.
Okay. You mentioned that this census is a digital one. So in this era, are we looking forward to the deployment of technology, particularly during the main census, since there's a digital one?
Yes, like I told you, that this is a dress rehearsal to the actual census, and we are going for the first digital census in Nigeria, and we have the gadget that we are using. We call it PDA for this trial census, which we are going to use during the census, and everything we are doing now. No, we are going paperless. That's just the summary.
Okay.
We are going paperless for this census.
Okay. Thank you. So finally, what is the advice to the people? What should they expect?
Yeah, I want to appreciate everybody, especially the people of Rivers State. For the past 3 days, 5 days that we have been on the field, they have really cooperated with us, especially for the building numbering and household listing that we just finished yesterday. And we are going into the actual enumeration. We are asking for their support. Please, don't be scared to give us the necessary response, because this is what will help us in the planning for the actual census. We seek for your cooperation, and I know that we are going to give you the best by the special grace of God.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yemi Adepoje. Thank you for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts with us.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will take a short break now, and when we return, Panorama continues. Stay tuned.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
One year after the setting up of the UN Food System Summit Coordination Hub, key players have converged on Washington, D.C. to present report on the UN Food System Summit transformations as 2030 agenda accelerations. Haman Jabani reports Nigeria was commended as one of the few countries with a complete plan on how to follow up the food system.
The UN summit with the theme repurposing food and agricultural policies to make healthy diet more affordable is a flagship report jointly prepared by FAO, IFAD, UNICEF, WFP and WHO is to inform on the processes towards ending hunger, achieving food security and improving nutrition, and to provide in-depth analysis on key challenges for achieving this goal in the context of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The Coordination Hub says achieving the Agenda 2030 goal will not be possible if food system transformation is not pushed for more resilience and sustainable, while agriculture is a powerful accelerator to deliver poverty eradication, share prosperity, and preserve the ecosystem.
We are working in a coordinated fashion. The UN system through the Hub, and the CFS providing the space, the platform for connecting all the stakeholders to share, to learn, and to agree on global policy guidance.
All these topics have been linked and addressed, and I think it's the commitment as well of the hub and the commitment of the Office of the Secretary General to support all of you in your work and in the efforts that we do together.
The UN Food System Coordination Hub singled out Nigeria for what it has put in place to achieve a food system.
It's one of the first countries that has a very concrete plan and has presented this plan to the hub on how to follow up on the food systems. And we have already received a request from Nigeria, from your capital, from your national convener, madam, and we are looking forward to support this request.
Nigeria is equally committed to ensuring that there's a robust and steady food supply chain in the West African sub-region and beyond.
The forum highlights the need of having young people to be part of the transformation, as well as private sector, food processors, and the most marginalized be part of the food system processes. The presentation targets a wide range of audience, including policymakers, international organizations, academic institutions, and the general public. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
Sad or anxious is the normal part of life, but if these feelings persist for more than 2 weeks or more, then it could be a symptom of depression. Experts say if left unchecked can affect one's physical health and well-being. Chidebere Onya examines the health disorder of depression, its causes and management.
Effects of depression can be long-lasting, which affects a person's ability to function and live a rewarding life. But at its worst, depression can lead to suicide.
When somebody is depressed, there are tendencies of these suicidal thoughts or committing suicide. You understand? And when that happens, when it puts you in that depressive order, you are no longer productive. Those things you used to do, you are no longer interested in. In fact, to go to work, if you are somebody who is working, you may not be interested again.
Oftentimes, when mental disorder is mentioned, what readily comes to mind is the picture of an insane man or woman with a particular spectrum of behavior not in conformity with the general form of living. But this category is just a small part of mental disorder, even though it could be referred to as the extreme case of the mental health condition. What then is depression, also referred to as a silent killer?
Any condition that gives an individual or probe or subject an individual to behave abnormal from his or her thought and abnormal from his or her expectations, that person is said to be depressed.
Experts say awareness through health promotion, seminars by government agencies, and education in schools about management of mental disorder and destigmatization of affected persons can help curb the prevalence of depression in the society.
In this part of the world, when somebody is depressed, we even help the person to go into more depression instead of helping the person to come out of it, which is very bad. And mental illness in Nigeria, in fact Africa, nobody talks about it. We shy away from it. And when you go out to the street there, you see it, you see the signs on everywhere.
According to World Health Organization, WHO, other forms of disorder mostly ignored are depression, anxiety, stress, bipolar, among others. In Port Harcourt, Chidebere Onya, NTA News.
Next is the sports update.
Super Falcons of Nigeria are set to face host Morocco in the semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations semi-final Monday. Nigeria defeated Cameroon 1-0 in the quarter-final and qualified for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup to be hosted by New Zealand and Australia. Sport enthusiasts want Nigeria to complete the victory over Morocco.
So I think we should be able to get a better performance against Morocco, even though it may not be easy, but I believe in Super Falcons they should be able to do it better this time around.
In the semi-final between Morocco, I believe that the Super Falcons will come out triumphant once more, and I predict a 2-0 lead.
Curtain will fall Sunday, 17 July 2022 In the 2021-2022 season of the Nigeria Professional Football League, 4 teams will represent Nigeria in the 2022-2023 Continental Campaign. Rivers United finished the league with 74 points and will officially receive the cup after their match against Gombe United. Plateau United, Remo Stars, and Kwara United will participate in next year's CAF competitions. Dakada FC, Heartland, Kano Pillars, and MFM have all been relegated to the Nigeria Professional Football League (NNL). Now to cycling. Team Nigeria hope to rake in more medals on the final day of the 4th Africa Cycling Championship track in Abuja Sunday, after recording 1 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze on Saturday for a decent standing on the table. The top spot remain unchanged as South Africa and Egypt hold sway.
Next time we'll see more and more development for track cycling in Nigeria and all Africa.
The curtain will fall on the championship later today. With sport updates, Clement Olorutoba, NTA News.
On Panorama from Port Harcourt Network Center, always remember to join hands with NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. Good afternoon.